Hi, my name is Felicia. I've been coming to Pure Vitality for a couple of years. I started off as a client and then just kind of became involved in the ministry. And so recently I was talking to my mother. She was telling me about my uncle, who's the youngest sibling. And for some reason, that story, it just really grieved my heart. She was telling me about how he'd gone to his church for support and he just felt alone in his journey. He had been diagnosed with cancer a couple of years ago and actually went into remission last year. And then found out a couple of weeks ago that his cancer had returned. And so the doctors were telling him that the treatment that he needed was gonna cost like $3,000-$4,000 a month. And so he was really just discouraged, trying to, figure out how he was gonna pay for it. And then losing his wife and his son also to cancer, he had pretty much just given up. And my mom said that he was writing his will. And so I remember that night, I couldn't sleep. It just really grieved my heart. And so the next morning I woke up and I just felt God just telling me to send him the bundle, to send him a blanket and to send him a bundle. And I was really hesitant because I'd never done anything like that before. And I thought, God, can I really make a difference? Like, would he listen to me? Would he, be receptive even to receiving that, from me? But all throughout that day, I just really felt God just pressing upon my heart to send him the package. And so I did. I sent him the bundle, the healing bundle, and then the healing blanket. And so then I just kind of waited nervously because, again, like I wasn't sure if I was going to hear from him, if he's going to be receptive, if he's going to be upset. And he actually called me the day after he received the package, but I was so nervous that I didn't even answer the phone. It took me about 24 hours before I worked up the courage to call him back, and I called him back, and he was just ecstatic, and he said, "Did you send me that package?" And I said, "Yes, I did." And he was just so appreciative. And the one thing that he said that stood out to me, he was like, "That blanket is going to be on my bed for a long time." He said, "Now I'm covered in the word." And that was the thing that when I sent that blanket, those were the very words that came to me. He'll be covered in the word. So the fact that he said that, really made me, know that it was God who told me to do that. And then my mother called me and she asked me, "Did you send your uncle a package?" And I said, "I did." And she asked me what I had sent him, and I told her. And she said, "Well, that makes sense." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she said, "He is just so happy." And I asked him, I was calling to ask him if there was anything he needed. And he told me that everything he needed was in the package that you sent him. And so I got an update from her last week, and she said that he's been feeling so much better since he received the package. And what he really, really enjoyed was downloading the scriptures that Becky, prays. And he said it was at that moment where he was listening to the scriptures for the first time that he actually felt the healing taking place in his body. And he said he knew in that moment that he had been healed from cancer. And so he no longer, when he goes to bed at night, he no longer prays to be healed from cancer because he claimed that healing because he felt it. And so now he's so excited, and he's eager to just spread the word and to spread the bundles to other people.